Big E has been kicked out of the New Day. Plus, Drew McIntyre returned on last night's Raw, and a world title match has been added to Saturday night's main event. It's all in the Cultaholic wrestling news right now. It's a new day. Yes, it is.
Don't be so happy when you're saying that, Tom.
I'm just acknowledging the fact that it is indeed a new day.
Not all new days are good days. Some days are bad days.
This was not a good day, but it is a new day nonetheless. As last night, amid rumours of the group maybe going their separate ways completely, we had the 10-year anniversary of the New Day last night. Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods looked like they were about to call time on their time together, but somebody stepped in at the last minute to seemingly pull them from the edge.
You want to go big? Well, then, that's Big E's theme, everybody. Big E made his big return to Monday Night Raw in absolutely yonks. He was wearing a suit. He was looking all emotional. He offers up his services to be the Kofi and Xavier's manager to remind the New Day of who they are. He lists off a myriad of important moments in their lives that they've shared together. But Kofi and Xavier have an issue, don't they, Tom?
They do. They said, why now? We've been fighting for months. Why now do you appear? And they bring up some real home truths to Big E. They talk about how whatever they did, New Day was always the most important thing. When Xavier Woods got injured, he came back to support the team. Big E may have broke his neck. He didn't even need surgery. But, you know, when they said, you know, people like Steve Austin and Kurt Angle and Edge all came back from broken necks.
And they had no one waiting for them to open the door to bring them back in.
But Big E did, and instead he chose his desk job and his new girlfriend over the lads. Big E defending himself here and trying to bring them together, but ultimately it leads to Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston dismissing Big E from the New Day, telling him to get back to his desk and say they will call him when they need him.
And then they end the segment by saying it's just the two of them now, by doing a big old Marvel-esque, I suppose, Tom.
Yeah. To loud boos from the crowd. So the New Day continue on, but a very different New Day. A new day, if you will.
Yes, Xavier Woods wearing a little outfit that was very reminiscent of how he debuted as part of the New Day back in the day, which I thought was quite a nice little touch there. But it's an interesting one, because obviously it's the one thing they said they would never do. Historically, they would never break up the New Day. That's now been broken up officially. It's now just a tag team and not a trio. But also the Big E part of it. It's either signifying an actual end of his in-ring career. He's not part of the New Day. He's not going to go back involved. Or he's going to get himself cleared and fight both Xavier and Kofi somewhere down the line. I'm not saying it's going to be soon or anything, but somewhere down the line. They've left that door open nicely.
Genuinely a fantastic segment, as heartbreaking as it was. Yeah. Some of the best stuff in wrestling is always rooted in reality, and all the stuff that they were bringing up just really made this a really special segment to be a part of, because you actually felt for what Kofi and Woods were saying to an extent, you know, and as much as you want to see Big E and all the lads back together, all the best baddies in any form of media always have like some legitimate cause. They're not just baddies for the sake of being baddies, and they're like, hey, look, you know, we did all this for the good of the New Day, and you went off and did your own thing, and so it's just us now.
No, you're coming back when it's the big 10-year thing. You get wrong. It's obviously parallels are being drawn with the Festival of Friendship, tugging at the heartstrings in that severe manner, and it was very, very well done indeed, I thought.
Fightful Select offering an update on where Big E stands contract-wise with WWE.
Yeah, they're saying in 2019, New Day and Dury announced the trio had all signed 5-year contracts with Xavier Woods, Kofi Kingston and Big E signed until the end of this year. We've not learned about the status of Woods or Kofi and any possible injury time or re-signings or extensions, but those Fightful spoke to within WWE said that they don't believe that injury time was added to Big E's deal as of this summer. He has been sidelined, of course, since early 2022 due to that broken neck that didn't even need surgery.
However, we've not learned, say Fightful, if he had re-signed or got a new deal since then. However, it would make sense for WWE to not add injury time to his deal, as the contract they signed with him was under the expectation that he'd be an in-ring talent. He'd be appearing on digital content. He's been appearing on digital content, making appearances in panels, which counts towards his deal. But there's always a chance that things have changed since then. But as of the summer, that was the word.
Yeah.
I'd love to see him back, but obviously it's all based on how comfortable he is being back medically, whether he's cleared to be back. I just want the man behind Big E just to have a nice life, really. He's given so much already.
Especially after that Players Tribune article went live yesterday. My goodness me, it's worth a read. Just looking at the life and times of Big E, he puts into words. I've never resonated with a wrestler as much as I have with Big E. Just the things he would speak about growing up, and then he was getting signed to a big college football contract, but he felt nothing. It's a very, very important read. It's a wonderful piece of writing.
It's an incredible story that he tells of his entire life. And yes, it's worth seeking that one out today as well. Something that maybe it might not necessarily sort of soothe the wounds that have been caused by the breakup of the most positive faction in all of wrestling, but it might help a little bit. Also, last night on Raw, we saw a return. First time since Bad Blood, we've seen Drew back on our screens.
My goodness me. So Jey Uso was seen laid out backstage. Sami Zayn was like, Seth Rollins, it's obviously got to be you. You did that.
It's got to be you.
You prick. What's wrong with you? So, of course, Sami and Seth have a little wrestle. Then it gets to the end of the match, and Sami gets a check going, you did that to Jey, Sami. And then Seth, so you did that to Jey, Seth. I'm getting my S's mixed up there, Tom. And then Seth's like, no, I did not. I did not do that. Shoot roll at 1, 2, 3. Seth Rollins gets the win. But then after the bell, Drew McIntyre returns and kicks Sami in the face.
Big old Claymore in the head, and Raw ends with a big close-up on Drew McIntyre's face. After Raw went off the air, he posted on social saying that unless you hear something directly from him, assume it's BS, and concluding by saying, oh, and how soon they forget. Another guy that could be coming back in and go, why are you all cheering the Bloodline? They're monsters.
Yeah. I'm Punk. He tried to murder me with a toolbox.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm glad to see Drew back in the mix. It seems like him and Sami are going to have themselves a little tete-a-tete for a bit.
Yeah. And that would be very good as well, because he's got the ultimate babyface, and then Drew McIntyre, he's a heel, but he's a real heel in the sense that what he says makes sense. It's not just blind heelness.
Yeah. Well, some of the great heel work on Raw this week. What can we say? The Women's Intercontinental title tournament got underway last night. It was Dakota Kai picking up a triple threat win over Shayna Baszler and Katana Chance. She's into the semi-finals. Zoe Stark and Raquel Rodriguez and Kaden Carter Katana Chance in another round. Lyra Valkyria, Zelina Vega and Ivy Nile in another, and Alba Fire, Kairi Sane and Natalia in another.
Who are we picking up the first one? Stark, Rodriguez or Carter? I'd probably go Rodriguez.
I'm probably gonna go...
Well, Stark, you know
I'm
what?
gonna go Stark. Yeah, I'm leaning into Stark there. Lyra, Zelina or Ivy?
Lyra, you would assume.
I mean, Ivy was a pick for me to win the whole thing, but with her in the same match as Lyra, I think it's probably going to be Lyra. Alba, Kairi, Natalia.
I would probably say Fire or Sane.
I'll say Natalia then, just to be awkward.
You bastard. I don't know nothing against Natalia.
Give Natalia that legendary workhorse women's IC title run that she deserves. Speaking of titles, the world title is on the line at Saturday night's main event.
What's even the point in having this match, Tom? Because as a wrestler, being teased at doing double duty with one of those matches, presumably the second one, being against Gunther, and that wrestler, Tom, is Finn Balor.
Yeah, so last night, Gunther and Dominic Mysterio had themselves a match, and Finn Balor got involved and attacked Gunther post-match. This is after we had all that shenanigans from Survivor Series, with Balor helping Gunther to beat Priest, and Gunther going, didn't want your help, batter you. So it looks like Finn Balor versus Gunther.
But then, of course, Finn Balor is a tag team champion and has been mooted that there will be a tag team title match at Saturday night's main event. So could he be doing double duty?
He could be doing 2 matches on the same night.
Surely not.
Not
against Gunther.
Well, maybe they have JD and Dominic defend the world tag title.
The Freebird, are they?
Freebird rule.
Ooh, dirty birds.
Filthy Freebirdy ruly. Also made official for Saturday night's main event last night, Liv Morgan and Io Sky for the women's world title. Sky earned the match after winning a battle royal last month, so that'll be a fun one.
And she'll have Damage Control in their corner because she is still a member of Damage Control. We learned this in the post-show press conference on Saturday.
Yeah.
Who will you have in your corner, member of Damage Control?
I do wonder. And obviously Cody and Kevin for the WWE title as well. A lot of people thinking this might be the night for Kevin Owens, you know.
Do you reckon?
I'm hearing a lot of it. I'm hearing a lot of people online saying that Kevin Owens might be the guy that does it.
Oh,
a lot of people hot taking.
Yeah, I guess Cody and The Rock, if that is the match that I personally think they're going to go for because of the watch thing last year, just after WrestleMania, that doesn't need a title, does it? And The Rock's got his title that everyone cares about.
Yeah.
The one bestowed upon him upon the widow of Muhammad Ali.
He can win the People's Championship from The Rock. They could do that as well. It's Tuesday, which means that Adam Pagitti's live on Twitch tonight, twitch.tv/Cultaholic. Is it Hold and Give Tuesday as well?
4 p.m. GMT, Hold and Give Football on YouTube, or you can go down to the homepage on this very channel and click the big circle, the big yellow thing, the big yellow circle. And also on Patreon later today, WTF Moments from Full Gear. I was away last week, so that's why it's getting live today. But yesterday, we also got the Survivor Series video live. We're getting all the WTFs live.
Double dip of WTF at patreon.com/Cultaholic. And for the very latest wrestling news at any time, you can check out cultaholic.com. Stay safe. Love you. Bye.